You just don't get it, do ya?
We get it all right. We just don't evolve our Pokemon that way.
You like your way of evolving and we like ours.
Did you know the Pokemon TV series was originally supposed to be a one-season anime? That's right, the creators of Pokemon never expected it to become the huge success that it is today. But thanks to its catchy theme song, memorable characters, and exciting battles, the Pokemon TV series has become a global phenomenon. Let's see how this anime evolved over years into successful series and wonderful games. The Pokemon TV series is one of the most popular anime series in the world, and it's been around for over 20 years. In that time, it's seen a lot of changes, both good and bad. So let's take a look at how the Pokemon TV series has evolved over the years. Satoshi Tajiri, a Japanese video game designer, created the series. Tajiri was inspired to create the series by his childhood love of bug collecting. He wanted to create a game that would capture the excitement of bug collecting and the adventure of exploring the wilderness. The first Pokemon game was released in Japan in 1996. The game was an instant success and quickly became a global phenomenon. The success of the game led to the creation of the Pokemon anime series, which premiered in Japan in 1997. The Pokemon anime series followed the adventures of Ash Ketchum, a young boy who dreams of becoming a Pokemon master. Ash travels around the world with his friends Pikachu, Misty, and Brock, battling other trainers and catching new Pokemon. Despite its critics, the Pokemon series remains one of the most popular anime series ever. It's been translated into over 30 languages and has aired in over 160 countries. The series has also won numerous awards, including an Emmy Award for Outstanding Children's Program. Original series, 1997 to 2002. The Pokemon TV series first aired in Japan in 1997 and quickly became a hit. The series follows the adventures of Ash Ketchum, a young boy who dreams of becoming a Pokemon master, battling other trainers and catching new Pokemon. The Pokemon TV series has gone through many changes over the years. The animation has improved, the characters have developed, and the battles have become more intense. But one thing that has remained the same is the series' core message: friendship, teamwork, and never giving up on your dreams. The Pokemon TV series has also spawned a number of successful spin-offs, including movies, video games, and trading cards. The Pokemon franchise is now worth billions of dollars, and it shows no signs of slowing down. What are your favorite episodes of the Pokemon TV series? Share with us. Advanced Generations, 2002 through 2006. The Advanced Generation Pokemon TV series aired in Japan from 2002 to 2006. It followed the adventures of Ash Ketchum and new friends May and Max as they traveled through the Hoenn region. The Advanced Generation series introduced a number of new Pokemon and characters, like Treecko, Torchic, and Mudkip, and it also featured more complex battles than the original series. The series was met with mixed reviews from critics, with some praising the new characters and Pokemon while others criticizing the slow pacing and repetitive storylines. Despite the mixed reviews, the Advanced Generation series was a commercial success. It was the highest-rated anime series on American television during its run. The series was directed by Masamitsu Hidaka and produced by the Pokemon Company. The series featured a new opening theme song, Advanced Generations, performed by Rika Matsumoto. Diamond and Pearl 2006 through 2010. The Diamond and Pearl Pokemon TV series aired in Japan from 2006 to 2010. It followed the adventures of Ash Ketchum and his new friend Dawn as they traveled through the Sinnoh region. The Diamond and Pearl series introduced a number of new Pokemon and characters and featured more realistic animation than the previous series. The Diamond and Pearl series introduced a new Pokemon, the Sinnoh Pokedex. The Sinnoh Pokedex is a must-have for any Pokemon trainer who wants to catch them all. Black and White, 2010 through 2013. The Black and White Pokemon TV series aired in Japan from 2010 to 2013. It followed the adventures of Ash Ketchum and his new friend Iris as they traveled through the Unova region. The Black and White series introduced a number of new Pokemon and characters that featured a darker tone than the previous series. The characters are more complex, the battles are more intense, and the stakes are higher. But even though the series is darker, it still has the same sense of humor and adventure that made the original Pokemon series so popular. The Black and White Pokemon series is a great show for kids and adults alike. So what are you waiting for? Start watching the Black and White Pokemon series today. You won't be disappointed. XY, 2013 through 2016. The XY Pokemon TV series aired in Japan from 2013 to 2016. The XY series of Pokemon is one of the most popular and critically acclaimed series in the franchise. It followed the adventures of Ash Ketchum and his new friend Serena as they traveled through the Kalos region. The XY series introduced a number of new Pokemon and characters. It also featured a more strategic approach to battles than the previous series. Ash and his friends often have to use their wits and skills to overcome their opponents rather than simply relying on brute force. This makes for more exciting and suspenseful battles. It also teaches viewers about the importance of strategy. Another great thing about the XY series is its stunning animation. The series features some of the best animation in the Pokemon franchise, and it really brings the world of Pokemon to life. The characters are expressive and the battles are dynamic, making for a truly immersive experience. Overall, the XY series is a must-watch for any fan of Pokemon. It's a great introduction to the franchise for newcomers, and it's a nostalgic treat for longtime fans. If you're looking for fun, exciting, and visually stunning Pokemon series to watch, then XY is the series for you. Sun and Moon, 2016 through 2019. The Sun and Moon Pokemon TV series aired in Japan from 2016 to 2019. It followed the adventures of Ash Ketchum and his new friends, Lily, Mallow, and Sophocles, as they traveled through the Alola region. The Sun and Moon series is a departure from the previous Pokemon series in a number of ways. For example, the series features a more relaxed tone, and it focuses more on character development than on battling. Despite the changes, the Sun and Moon series has been a critically and commercial success. The series has been praised for its new characters, its new setting, and its new take on the Pokemon formula. The Sun and Moon series introduced a number of new Pokemon and characters, and it also features a more comedic tone than the previous series. Journeys, 2019 to present. The series, known in Japan as Pocket Monsters. The season premiered in Japan on TV Tokyo from December 17, 2021 to March 24, 2023. It follows the adventures of Ash Ketchum and his new friend Go as they travel around the world. The Pokemon Journey series has introduced a number of new Pokemon and characters, and it also features a more global approach than the previous series. Pokemon Journeys introduced a number of new Pokemon, including Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. New characters including Chloe and Professor Cerise are there. Pokemon Journeys takes Ash and Go to a variety of new locations, including the Galar region, the Alola region, and the Kanto region. Ash and Go will face a variety of new challenges in Pokemon Journeys, including battling other trainers, catching new Pokemon, and completing research on Pokemon. The final episode of the Pokemon Journeys anime series, titled A World of Dreams, was released on March 24, 2023. Some might be more interested in the games. The first Pokemon games, Red and Green, were released in Japan in 1996. They were simple, turn-based RPGs with pixelated graphics. However, they were an instant hit, and they quickly spawned a global phenomenon. Pokemon Red and Green, Pokemon Gold and Silver, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and last but not least, Pokemon Legends, Arceus. Which one was your favorite? The Pokemon Company has announced that the third volume of episodes from Pokemon Ultimate Journeys, the series, the show that ultimately concluded Ash's story, will be available on Netflix on June 23rd. Raise your hands if you're waiting for this day to come. Tonight, we are definitely going to rewatch some memorable episodes of the Pokemon series. Are you? Thanks for watching. Give us a like and share your childhood Pokemon stories of yours in the comment section below. Let all Pokemon fans assemble. See you with yet another interesting content. Bye.